If you're gonna build, you're gonna make a profit. If you're not gonna make a profit, don't build. The only way to go in and build is for profit. Otherwise, don't waste your time. So today, I'm gonna show you how we do what we do with duplexes to go out and net a $200,000 profit, provided you go in and pay attention to the step-by-step process of what is needed to know before you go in and retain the land that that area is gonna bring you a $200,000 profit. And we're gonna start right now from the very beginning and take you to the final profitability on a duplex build from start to finish and a $200,000 profit in less than 6 months. Now, one of the biggest things is understanding that you have to go through the process of entitlement, okay? Now, when we go through the process of entitlement, we have to go in and we need to get an architect, okay? Now, we're also going to need a survey company and we're also going to need some engineering, okay? Now, this is going to be the process of entitlement. Now, all that said, where do we go in and apply this and in what section? The biggest variable for most people is knowing that the economics work in that area. We have to understand how banks work. If you don't understand how banks work, you won't understand how you go in and build a duplex. Now, banks work on comps, okay? When we go in, we have to look at what's called either attached units or detached units. Now, when we go in and we look at attached units, these are duplexes. Detached units are single-family homes. Now, today, we're not talking about single-family homes, we're talking about duplexes. They're attached dwellings. They appraise different than detached dwellings. You have to know that, because if you take single-family homes that are detached, the appraised value is different than attached dwellings. Now, the hardest things with duplexes is getting the comps that you know are going to underwrite to be able to make them profitable, because there's less duplexes than there are single-family homes. So knowing that, we have to go in and we have to evaluate what our highest rate of return will be on a duplex or attached dwellings. You can use condos, you can use lofts, you can use townhomes, you can use other attached dwellings to see what the price per square foot is in order to build and resell these assets. Now, for single family homes, you have to be at $275,000 per square foot to make a profit or greater. Now, I like over $300 a square foot, but anything under $275 a square foot is not worth your time. Don't build it. The comps have to support that. For attached dwellings, you have to be at $260 per square foot to make it worth your time. Now, when we go in, we're looking at the resale value of a duplex. Duplexes typically sell for slightly less money than detached units because they don't have the space that you do on an actual detached dwelling that isn't attached to another unit. So they'll typically sell for about $15 less per square foot. You have to know that. So where do we absorb that? We absorb that in the construction costs and the resale value of the actual house. And we also retain that in the land itself. So the reason to be able to do duplexes is to be able to increase density. Now, you might make less on the per dwelling amount, but you're going to net more on the overall amount based on the density that you're doing, because you have more use of the land than you do with a single family home. So density always wins. You can do this with a duplex, a triplex, a quad, or 8, 10, 20, so on and so forth, okay? Now, when we go in and we're looking at this from a real-life perspective, we're going to go in, we're going to underwrite a duplex. Now, we go in, we're looking for the land. I like going in and looking in what's called buffer zones, because if you go in and you're looking at a duplex, a lot of times you can go in with a single family home, and a lot of them now have like ADU laws, like in Arizona, California, we have them in Seattle, in Washington, they're being implemented now in Texas, and ADUs are nothing new. ADUs have been around forever, but there has been restrictions and limitations to what you can build with ADUs. So when you go in and you're building auxiliary dwelling units and you're going to be able to put more density on your property, even with duplexes, guys, you have to fall in compliance with the ADU laws in your area. California, they're very abundant. Washington State, very abundant. Now Arizona, very abundant. But in certain areas, there's still limitations and restrictions. And the benefit for duplexes is that you don't have to subdivide the land. You can go in and you don't have to short plat it. You just do homeowners association agreement or restrictive covenants that tells you who's taking care of the dwelling right here and the dwelling right here, okay? And if they're usually attached. And so we're gonna go in, we're gonna have a front door, a garage, a driveway that comes into these dwellings, and we're gonna have a duplex, okay? Now, our cost to build is typically less because we have this demising wall that attaches the units. With that demising wall, we're able to do more on less land. So we have higher density, lower cost for land. So now we're able to go in and profit from our land, and we're able to profit from the dwellings. Now, the duplexes, let's say, typically they're smaller. We do a little 3-bed, 2.5 bath, or a 3-bed, 3-bath. Let's call it a 3-2 on the bed and bath. So we have 3 beds, 2 baths, or 3 beds, 2.5 baths. And now when we go in, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go out, let's call these like 1,750 square feet. Okay, they're usually not as big as the large single-family homes on detached lots. But let's say that these things are selling for $300 a square foot. So we underwrite these at $300 a square foot on the resale value. We're going to take the gross square footage because we're looking at this as one singular project. So if we go in and we build 1,750, okay, we take 1,750 square feet times 2, that's 3,500 square feet. So we have 3,500 gross square feet, okay? Same undertaking as building a 3,500 square foot house. And so now we go in and our build cost on this, before I get into the build cost, let me explain where and how we get this and how I know it's viable. One, because we're building them, right? We're building them all over the place. I have my spreadsheets all over the place and we're building these. Now, when we go in and we do this, I also look at market data to make sure that I'm hitting the needle on the head. Where do you get that market data? Well, you get it from reputable agencies. You get it from the National Association of Realtors. You get it from the National Association of Home Builders. You go in and you look at your GDP and what it's costing and what people are bringing in import, export for building materials. And that's how you depict what and how much you're going to actually make and spend on a single dwelling build or a duplex or a fourplex or multifamily. So we know that according to the National Association of Realtors that the average cost to build a dwelling is $141 per square foot. Now, we're going to build what's in that local demographic market. Most times duplexes don't sit in the upper middle class, although if you're in areas in the East Coast or on like in Atlanta, the DC Beltway, if you're on the West Coast in San Francisco, if you're in New York City, a lot of these areas, most people live in townhomes. They live in 3-story townhomes, 2-story townhomes, and they're attached dwelling units. And they live in them as single-family residences. And so when we go in and we build these things, a lot of times they're not built and trimmed out like a custom home with all the yard space and the fences and a lot of the details that goes into a detached single-family home. A lot of times they're going in and they're simpler than a single-family home. So our cost to build is typically less because of multitudes of reasons. The land, the demising walls, the actual trim out, the way that the houses are structured, the lots are smaller, the exterior trim is a lot less, the driveways are smaller, the backyards are smaller, maybe there's a wood deck on the backdrop to be able to have a balcony off the kitchen, and then you have your walkout basement on the bottom. So there's different variables, but our average cost per square foot is $141 a square foot. For a single family home nationwide, the average is about $155 to $160 a square foot. We're going to build closer to the national average on townhomes, duplexes, condominiums, and any attached dwellings. So let's say that we're at $150 a square foot. We want to do something with a slightly better finish and trim than the average median. So we go in, we spend $150 a square foot. So we're going to multiply this times $150 per square foot. That's the abbreviation for square foot. It's a square with a little line through it. Now, if we go in and we do this, our 3,500 square feet times $150 a square foot is going to be $525,000. This is our build cost. Now, let's figure out what our resale value is going to be because that's how we're going to back into our land. And the way we back into our land is based off of a 15% resale price of the house from its gross amount that it's going to sell for. So if these things are on the open market selling for $300 a square foot, we're going to go in, we're going to get comps in advance. Okay? We will not build anything until we know the market can afford it. And so based on market comps, these are selling for $300 a square foot. So if we take $300 a square foot times 3,500 square feet, we know that we're going to be able to resell these for just over $500,000 a piece. So we have a gross resale price, gross resale price of $1,050,000 on these duplexes, okay? Now, we divide it by 2. Each unit is selling for $525, okay? Now, this is our gross resale price. I know you're enjoying the content, but I'm sitting here in sunny Cancun in the middle of December, and the way I got here is from almost 3 decades with ground-up construction, buying land, building houses, scaling into commercial real estate, warehouses, going into multifamily. And right now, the largest profits in real estate lie in the small commercial investments, small multifamily. You want to learn how to buy a piece of land, take down a house? You want to learn how to buy a piece of land and take down small multifamily? That lies the largest profitability today. Then click and set up a call with my team so we can share with you what a community of thousands of people nationwide are already working with us doing. But what I've been doing for almost 3 decades and I'm still doing every single day except for when I'm on the beach. And the reality is I'm not just on the beach. I'm actually still building while I sit here on the beach right off my phone. Click and book your call and I can't wait to talk with you. Okay, now, when we go in, we want to back into the land. So how much did we pay for the land? We know we have a resale price of $1,050,000. So if we go in and we multiply this by half of that, price per unit is going to be times 0.15 to 15%. That's $78,000. Times 2, that's going to be a maximum price for the land, $157,000. That's the maximum price for the land, okay? Anything less than that is to your benefit. You're going to benefit from it because you get the upside on the resale price, and whatever less, the 157, drops down to your bottom line and goes in your pocket. So now we know that the max amount we can pay for the land to make a profit we need is going to be $157K, okay? I don't care if the lot's listed for 180. I don't care if the lot's listed for 175. I don't care if it's listed for 200,000. All I know is that I can't buy the land for more than $157,000 to make this pencil work and profit to the magnitude that I want it to and you want it to. And some people will come back to me. And I remember one of my students came back and said, Jerome, I've never made $100,000 a year. I'm okay with $100,000 profit. I'm like, no, stupid. I didn't tell him that. I loved him. And I was like, no, that's stupid though. I did tell him it was stupid. And I said, look, man, if you can go 5 minutes down the road and the comps support a higher resale value and you can make $200,000, why would you limit yourself to the same amount of work for only $100,000 profit when you can go 5 minutes down the road, build the same damn house and make an extra $100,000 and double your profit? He goes, well, I've never made $100,000 in a year before, so I'm okay with it. I said, no, you're not. You need to stop being okay with that. That's bullshit. You're not okay with it. You have to maximize your profitability, because the more you maximize your profitability, the more it decreases your risk and it gives you better bandwidth for better variables on the back end for resale than the contrary, where you have less profitability and you put more risk on yourself and on the bank itself, who's going to require more out of you because of the limitation of profitability. The bank wants that spread of equity so that they have protection and security as well, and so do you. Okay? Now, when we go in and we do this, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go in. We know that our land is going to land up costing $157,000. Okay? 157. Okay, now, we have our closing cost. Our closing cost is about 6%. That's going to be $60,000. So our closing cost is going to be someplace in the neighborhood of about $60K, okay? Now, our lending on this, we need to be able to get the land and do the build. So we're going to have about $677,000 that we need from the bank. We add up the cost to build, we add up the cost of the land, $677,000. So we need $677 from the bank so we could pay for everything as far as lending. Now, let's go back over here. Now, when we go back in over here, we know that our cost for lending based on that number is going to be someplace in the neighborhood of about $40,000. Okay? This is going to be for our debt service. Now, total cost into the project is going to be 157 plus, say, so we get 525 plus 157 plus 100. 60 plus 40, okay? So that's going to be 782. Now, we're going to go in here and we know that our resale price is $1,050,000. So now $1,050,000 is going to be our total gross resale based on comps. Now, we know that our total cost to build, including debt service, is going to be $782,000, okay? Now, we subtract that from $1,050,000. That's going to be a net profit equivalent to $268,000. How do you make $200,000 in net proceeds? This is how, ladies and gentlemen. When you go in, you divide it by 2, you're going to make on average of $134,000 per unit. This is your per unit profit. This is your gross profit. This is your per unit profit, okay? Now, I wouldn't do a per unit for less than a $100,000 profit. It's non-negotiable. I need to make at least 100 grand per unit. Now, I do a duplex, 268. Your profitability is looking a lot more handsome and very similar to selling the 3,600 square foot house, which is the square footage of a duplex, guys. So if you're in an area and you could do a duplex, do a duplex. If you want to keep them, you want to short-term rent them, you want to long-term rent them, do that. At least you walk in with $268,000 worth of equity, and on your bottom line, your monthly nut is less expensive, and you own that equity. So at any point in time when you decide to sell, you can do so, take and retract that profit and use it for cash flow with renting right off the front end. Or you can just sell the damn thing. Don't worry about that little tiny thing. Take the proceeds and profits from this and go out and build a $2 million asset, because the second you have $268,000 in real cash and liquidity, now you have $2.5 million in lending power, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what most people don't realize. Now the bank are looking at you in an entirely different aspect. So when we go in, we have a $268,000 net profit. Now, the bank, guys, to get $677,000, this is an underwriting play. If the value of our asset is $1,050,000, and we underwrite this on our underwriting spreadsheet for the bank, understand, ladies and gentlemen, that $1,050,000 is going to give you maybe someplace in the neighborhood of 75 to 80% loan to cost or loan to value, depending on what type of loan you get on the actual asset. So the question is, can I afford to pay for the construction and also afford to pay for the land? Remember, your land, $157. Your build cost, $525. This will get taken on the back end. Now, when we go in on the front end, can we afford to build this asset? So now we go in, and if we underwrite this at $1,050,000, 1050 times 0.75, let's take the lesser of the two on proceeds. That means they're going to give us $787,000, okay? 787 loan amount. This is your proceeds, ladies and gentlemen. What do you need to build? You're going to need $677,000. So you're going to need, right here, 677. This is what you need. You get 787. Now, interest payments. How do you pay your interest payments? Ladies and gentlemen, no one wants to be biting off $2,000, $3,000 in interest payments every single month. So what the bank does is they do what's called interest reserve. They're going to go in, they're going to take this amount right here of $40,000 for your debt. They're going to take a reduction of proceeds so that you don't have to pay those monthly payments, and it gives you a year to build out the development. This is a 6-month build. You'll build it in 6 months, provided you pay attention, you listen, and you manage the way we explain to you on how to execute, manage, and build your project. Now, when we go in, that $40,000 is going to be that less what they're giving us in proceeds. So we take that $787 minus $40,000 in debt service. They're only going to give us $747K from the bank, which is perfect because we don't need 747. We only need 677. And since we don't need the rest of that money, we're just going to leave it in the bank when we're done building, but you can save it as contingency money. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I love duplexes because they're great builds, and it also gives you one more avenue for profitability in certain and specific markets. Duplexes are not for everybody in every single market, but they're in a lot of markets. And if the land allows and you can get density over singular, you're always going to make a little bit more money. And if that demographics is just targeted, is slightly lower, and you can't get your builds to pencil with anything less than a duplex on one single family lot, then go after the duplex, build it out, make $130,000 plus per unit, and crush out a $268,000 profit. Ladies and gentlemen, buy land, build houses, and build multi-unit real estate because they're profitable. Don't do it because you're doing it as a job. It's profitable. Do it for you, do it for your family, and start today. It's the #1 asset class to be a part of in 2026 and moving forward. For more content just like this, click and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to give you all the content related around ground-up builds in single-family and multifamily development and continue crushing profits. Pound that thumbs up button, comment down below, and let me know when you're ready to build, and comment the word build right now, and let's get on the phone together and let's get you buying land, building houses, scaling to multifamily, and crushing out single and multifamily builds today. Until next time, go out and compound your success. God bless you, and go out and crush it.